Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Red Dragon Sports. I'm your host, Geoff Hassard, Assistant Director of Athletics and Sports Information Director here at SUNY Oneonta. And tonight we've invited into studio members of our men's and women's basketball teams. So please join me after the break, where I'll be joined by my first two guests, Samantha Skotak and Madison Slagle of the women's basketball team.
WUOW 104.7 FM is the region's premier radio station, offering award-winning programming from National Public Radio and Pacifica Radio networks, giving you the chance to become more informed about the arts, information, and entertainment from around the country and around the world. WUOW is your community radio station. Join us and support the sound.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me now in studio, senior captains of our women's basketball team, Sam Skotak and Madison Slagle. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks.
How are things going so far?
Very well.
Very well?
Yeah, I think we're tied with our conference for first place.
First place, yeah. We're having a great season again, 10-2 right now in the SUNYAC. Now you two have been a very important part of our team in the last 4 years, and of course this is your culminating season. And why don't you talk a little bit about kind of as freshmen coming all the way up? And now, first of all, where are you from?
New York Mills.
New York Mills.
I'm from Rome.
Both from the Utica area. Rival high schools.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit about how you got to Oneonta, the recruiting process, and how it's kind of grown, from there to now where you are.
Well, I was pretty early decided that I was going to come to Oneonta. I came for a visit. I love the place, so I decided pretty early. And I loved the coach. I loved the team. I loved the program. So that's kind of how I got here.
Yeah.
Mine was much more of a hassle. Madison and I, being rivals in high school, never really thought I would become friends with her. So when I found out she was coming, it was kind of set me back a little, but did an overnight here, exact same thing, loved the team, the coach, and decided this is where I was supposed to be.
Now, were you on the same overnight?
No, I came first. It's actually a funny story. I came first, and I kind of told the girls, I was like, don't like her more than me. But
now, how important is that to come and do that overnight as a recruit?
I find it very important.
Yeah, you get a good feel for the girls, and it's not just going to watch practice. You kind of get to know them a little bit better, so it's a good experience.
Right now, of course, Coach Thompson she was relatively new herself, so she was just kind of learning the whole Oneonta thing and what goes on campus and how to kind of attract, top-notch athletes as well as students, because of course, the importance of academics and everything. But so did you, when you met with Coach Thompson, how did that go as a 17-year-old kid looking to come to Oneonta?
She really makes you feel welcome. Yeah. I know she took my mom and I on a tour, just us three. We walked through the whole campus, whatever I wanted to see. She really makes you feel like you're something special and really wants you to be a part of her team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gives you a lot of information about how she runs things, and she's very upfront, so you're not really missing anything when you meet with her. And she answers all your questions. She's very helpful with your process. So
right.
Yeah.
Now, how important is that to have a coach that has clear expectations as opposed to somebody who might be, I got some players and we'll let them kind of do what they want. Do you like playing for? Obviously you flourished, both of you, under Coach Thompson, and so I'm thinking that probably the clear expectation part of it is probably pretty helpful as a basketball player.
Yeah,
so.
You know exactly what to expect, what's going to happen. There's nothing really left just out there, and it helps as a young freshman coming in, so you know exactly what you're going to get. And
you don't have to make any assumptions or anything like that. You know what she wants, how to get there. If you go to her for help, she'll absolutely, without any doubt, help you. So as long as you work together, pretty much anything is possible with Coach Thompson.
Right. Now, 4 full years with Coach Thompson. Certainly we've had 20-win seasons. Last year we were on the brink of the NCAA tournament. We played in the SUNYAC championship game for the first time in quite a while. You've just reached 1,000 points. Congratulations. You're both all-conference players. How does it feel individually to be those kinds of players in a Division III program?
It's amazing. I remember as a freshman, when Coach was getting us to come, she probably said the same thing to you, that you're going to be a program changer. Like, you can help our program so much. And you kind of just think, okay, whatever. Yeah. She's just saying it. But with her help and Coach Moriarty and Coach Kaufman, they all put forth effort and made us better players.
Right.
It's kind of, you feel accomplished. By the time you get to be a senior, I know that you've put in all that time for 4 years, even before that, and to know that all the work you've put in is kind of worth it, and it'll take you farther than just basketball with what they teach you. So it's it's an awesome feeling.
Right. Now, so you say overall, I mean, it's, like we said, it's not all about the basketball and trying to get in condition to play basketball. What are some of the other things that you've enjoyed about your Oneonta experience during your 4 years?
Going along with the basketball still, we become a family. All these girls are like sisters to me. I know that I can rely on every single one of them, including all 3 of the coaches, and just the school in general. The professors, you can build a great relationship with them, which really help you. Being a senior now and getting into classes that I need to graduate, it helps. I don't know, I think Oneonta is a family, and if you are respectful and you make the right ties, then it's really going to help you.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a very comfortable atmosphere. Because once you get here and you get to know the lay of the land, and you go downtown and you can see all the restaurants, and even the community is very involved.
Right.
You get a lot of people that go to the soccer games, our basketball games, lacrosse, all the sports. So it's kind of nice that it's not so separate with the community and basketball. So it's kind of nice. Yeah.
Right. Our crowds are pretty good. I mean, it's nice to see all those people coming to cheer everyone on, and people that aren't even really associated with Oneonta per se. I mean, it's just they just come to watch some good basketball, and certainly we've been able to play some pretty good basketball over these 13 years I've been here. I mean, it's been pretty consistently winning programs. So now, do you think there was extra pressure coming in? I mean, I wouldn't say we were in a transition, but our program has been good for quite a long time now, women's basketball. I mean, do you think there's pressure for you guys to keep it there and then leave it the way you left it, started it? I mean, or get it to another level? I mean, how does that feel for you two?
Well, I think that we've been pretty solid role models for our teammates, and we kind of show them that as freshmen, we weren't starters. We didn't play 30 minutes a game. We weren't averaging 15 points a game.
Right.
I mean, it takes work, and it takes a lot of hard work, and you have to have faith in your teammates and trust. And I think leadership is almost just as important as the physical part of basketball. And I think that our team they'll be fine once we leave, because I think that they'll be able to step up now. So.
Right.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Everyone wants to do well, and our freshman year, we've grown every year. We made it farther in the tournament, and this is our year, and I feel like everyone wants that for each other, especially for Coach Thompson. We want to get her to the NCAAs, and we're all working together.
Right. Now you've grown into leadership roles in our program. How important is it for you to be considered team leaders? I mean, because you can have a lot of seniors on teams at times, and they just don't want that anything to do with that. I mean, so how have you taken that on and kind of taken that as a...
I feel like it's a lot of responsibility. Yeah. It's a lot of seeing eye to eye with Coach, and even when you don't, you still have to back that up, and just setting good examples. I feel like we are both strong leaders on the court and off the court. I know the team feels comfortable talking to us if they ever have a problem, and we have a good relationship. There's really no animosity on the team, and everyone really just wants everyone to get better for themselves. And
yeah, because being a leader, you have to be able to trust your teammates, trust your coach. Communication is huge. So I guess leaving no assumptions to anything. So we're very open with each other, and we're always kind of telling each other how we feel, whether it be nice or not. We know that it's constructive criticism, which is very important on a sports team. And even after sports, when you get into a business, being able to communicate effectively is important. So being a leader, it makes it easier, I guess. Right.
Now, have you had many prospective students on campus throughout the year here?
Yeah, we've had quite a few. They've been at games, visiting campus a little. And
Now, how active or how involved have you two been in that? Do you let the younger kids kind of do that, or do you guys want to
Well, I've met a couple of them, and I actually went to lunch with their parents, and it's kind of nice for them to see the perspective of a senior, because we've been here, we've been through it all. We can tell them the highs, the lows, the ins and the outs and everything. So I've tried to be involved, but I also try and make it important for the younger girls who are actually going to be on the team after we leave to meet these girls and kind of show them who they're going to be playing with. So
now within our team, some of the younger players, because I mean we start one freshman, some sophomores. I mean, some of those players have developed. We kind of went through. We brought in some guards last year that, because we knew we were graduating, Becca Bucci, and, we needed those players. But how important is it now to, how do you see those girls maturing and kind of maybe future leaders of our team?
I see them growing a lot. They're at the same kind of spot where Madison and I were at freshman, sophomore. They're fitting into their roles, and they're stepping up, and hopefully now in the second half of the season they'll really step up and get more involved so that it takes some of the pressure off us.
Right. Now, do you see it happen in practice? Or do you notice things in games that all of a sudden you're like, wow, they're really coming
Yeah, I noticed a lot in practice, because if something's not going right, or if coach is just yelling a lot because we're having a sloppy practice or things aren't going well, you notice that other people will, pick another player up and try and get everyone to come back together so we can practice effectively. So I've seen that a lot with the sophomores this year.
Right.
That you didn't typically see last year because they were freshmen and they were kind of afraid to say anything, but I've seen them mature very quickly.
Especially our point guards, now that they have a year under their belt. Grace and Kelly, they'll get in the game now, and they're afraid to kind of direct people and tell them what to do because they were the freshmen, but in order to be the leader, they're the leaders on the court. No matter what we say, they control the offense, and our defense even, they call out what we're doing, and they're now learning to use their voice and speak up and how to talk so that people do listen.
Right. I mean, I think, just being able to watch the games myself, just some of the things that I've been able to see, people are in a spot and they see them now, as opposed to maybe they wouldn't make that pass last year or something, because someone would be like, well, why'd you make that pass? But you can see it evolve. It's pretty special because, again, you say the whole team is gelling together, and certainly at the end of the season you want to be at your peak anyway, and it looks like you guys are all. Now, for the two of you, 4 years, how long did it take you guys to kind of mesh together on the floor as players? Because obviously you're different. You're different players.
I think it started sophomore year.
Yeah,
later,
definitely.
Second semester, sophomore year, we had the freshman year under our belt. We knew what to expect at that point, and then we kind of put it into action in the beginning of the semester. And then once second semester came around, I really started to know where she was going to be in her slides for the post. I was then a guard and still am, so I was kind of getting used to where I was supposed to be. So it made things a lot easier.
And it also helped. We actually, freshman year, we still had the high school.
We weren't sure what to feel about each other. So.
But we learned each other more, and she's become one of my best friends. And so now it's we know exactly where each other is. Emotionally, we could pick each other up, and so it's worked out well.
So for the two of you, it's been quite a great 4 years of growing together and helping our program get to hopefully where it wants to go, and that would be the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
We certainly, is there anything that you're looking forward to as we get into the back part of the season?
Well, the SUNY tournament is awesome. Yeah. You lose or you go home, or win or go home. Win or go home. So it's very competitive, and you get the best of everybody.
Right.
Even girls on your own team, you see things that you don't usually see, and everyone kind of steps up. So I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to go out on top, because that would be an awesome way to finish off our career.
Right. It certainly would. The culminating. And we have a chance to host. Right now, as we said, we're tied for first place. We've got some of the teams that are kind of behind us that might be able to jump over us coming up. So, obviously it's in our own hands whether or not we can earn that top spot. And we certainly hope that you guys will be home on that weekend. We actually won't be on break this year, so
that's nice.
That's important.
It's very
nice. The last couple of years, we're playing in front of really just family and friends, and not so much of the crowd. But hopefully that year that'll happen. This year it'll happen for us, and we certainly want to thank you for in advance for your great careers, and hope you can continue on the next month. We hope we can play into late March.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming by, and congratulations on what you've done so far.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
All right. Well, thank you very much. All right. Well, I'd like to thank Madison and Sam for coming by tonight. And after the break, I'll be joined by junior captains from the men's basketball team, Dan McLaren and Cameron Boyden.
Danny, thank you for coming. I've been meaning to talk to you for a while. It's about us. I can't be with you any longer. I know you really like me, and I like you too, but it's just too much for me. It's like you always have to be around me. Like when I ask if you want to go for a walk with me, you get so overexcited. Maybe it was a bad idea to move in together. It's my fault, not yours. I was just so excited to be with you, I didn't realize I wasn't ready. You're a good dog. I know you'll find someone great.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me now in studio, our junior men's basketball captains, Cameron Boyden and Dan McLaren. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves? Go ahead, Cam.
I'm Cameron Boyden. I came from Vestal, New York, near Binghamton. I'm a business economics major.
Okay, and Dan?
I'm from Troy, and I'm a biology major.
Yeah. Now, we talked earlier on the show with Sam and Madison about the recruiting process and how they kind of found their way to Oneonta. Why don't you tell us a little bit about each of your experiences, and maybe we can see how they might have been different or the same. Of course, Coach Medici's been here for quite a while now, so he kind of knows the ropes. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your recruiting process?
Well, with Coach Medici, he met him in like 10th grade. He saw me at a camp, and he was one of the first college coaches to start talking to me with the recruiting process. And throughout the years, he started talking to me, gained loyalty and trust, and I really grew to respect the man. And by senior year, I decided there was nowhere else I wanted to go, so I only applied to Oneonta.
Now, it's funny, in the recruiting process, you know, there could be 10, 20, 30 coaches calling you, and contacting you. Now, you just said something interesting. You made that initial contact, 2 years earlier, and you kind of, over the time, you respect and kind of learn a little bit more about him throughout the recruiting process. So how important is that for someone who's a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid who's like, hey, gee, I want to play college basketball? How important is that to kind of connect with the coach?
It is really important, I feel. I got to know him personally, but it's also important for my parents to get to know him so they can trust him, as he's going to be like a fill-in parent for my years here, so they can learn to trust him and get to know him as well. So that from both angles there, it kind of helped out. Right.
Now, similar experience for you, Dan?
Actually, yeah, pretty similar experience. Coach kind of, made contact when I was a junior in high school. We come from the same area. I think he lives about 15 minutes away from me. So, I mean, he was at a lot of games, a lot of practices. Made pretty good contact when I was young. So.
Right. Now, did you both have on-campus visits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your parents came with you?
Yep.
Now, how did that go?
Well, I was a week after him. I was actually the Saturday after he came. My coach was really nice. He showed me around campus, had a meal, ate with some of the guys who were on the team, got to know them. And he, since I'm pre-physical therapy, he took me to a couple of the teachers and showed me around, got me to some context there with what I wanted to do with my major and what I want to do with my future life. And got to meet the guys, played pickup with them, and since it was before the season, I could do that. And getting to play with them, it got me some confidence, saying, hey, I can kind of play at this level type of thing. And I get to know the guys. Spending the night was awesome. I really got to know the guys and really decided I liked it here compared to other overnight visits I had at other colleges.
Right. Now, did you do overnight too, Dan?
Yep, I did an overnight as well. Same thing, came up, kind of got a tour of the campus, ate with the team, played pickup, and then just spent the night, got to know the guys.
Of course, you guys would have been playing pickup with the players that would have played on our NCAA team. You were both freshmen on that team. So, I mean, you're going up against, Brian Beckford and Michael Grimes and Shane Gillette. I mean, these kids and you guys the same, but, that was a pretty special team 2 years ago. So what was it like did you think that when you came you were going to be part of something like that, or?
I knew the team had a lot of talent just from playing pickup with them and from talking to Coach. Came in to play with these guys, and it was a lot different than the high school game. That was the first thing I noticed, but I kind of saw myself playing at this level, and I could just tell by the guys in the gym. Some of them, played around my area, and knew that there were some pretty talented players on the team. So.
Yeah. Now, being on that NCAA team 2 years ago, let's just talk a little bit about this season and try and compare the two. This year might not be going the way we would like it to go, or Coach Medici, thought it would, but of course he knew we were going to be young. We have a lot of good guards adding to, you two guys as leaders on our team. Frankie Kelly, our point guard, is certainly maturing very fast. I mean, he's really, I think he's been in double digits quite a few games in a row now, and he's really leading our team. You guys are committed, you guys are working hard. How does that help you guys as you go forward, into like next year, where pretty much everybody will come back, and of course Coach Medici will add another freshman class as we always do. But being on that team and seeing how you got to that NCAA tournament, and then now maybe working through maybe what we would consider kind of a building year, how does that help you guys as leaders to try and help the team through that?
Well, that freshman year really showed us, we really learned what it took to get to that level and all the different parts and aspects. As Dan said, how different the high school game is from the college game, and you get to compare and contrast and see what levels and what steps you have to take to get there. And this year it is frustrating, but we're a positive team and we're working real hard, and I feel like we're taking the right steps in the right direction. It's not like we're losing by a lot, we're losing by small margins, so it's just those few steps that we have to correct.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in every game. I mean, we've had just a couple of games where the 20 points or whatever, but it isn't all of them. And certainly when you talk to Coach Medici, I mean, he's just excited about the work ethic and the time that you guys put in. I mean, what do you think is more important? Is it the on-court stuff, or is it the off-court stuff that really gets you prepared to be successful? I mean, is it the conditioning, lifting, all the stuff you do off the floor?
I feel it's a little bit of both with our team. Since we're so young, we haven't had as much time to get to know each other as compared to the NCAA team. They had 3, maybe 4 years together to get to gel and get to know each other. With this team, we've had, when our season started, we've had sometimes no experience with getting to know each other, or just maybe 1 year under our belt. So off the court wise, we've been hanging out more, getting to know each other, getting to know where we're going to be. Like Stan Madison said, like know where you're going to be on this. Each other are going to be on the court. And on the court experience, we do need to get better as a team, and our certain skills need to improve. Since we're young, we still have time to improve, but on the court wise, there's some skills that need to be improved.
Now, do you see some changes game by game with some of the younger players?
I mean, I think everyone's kind of stepping into their role. Guys who didn't, I mean, none of us really logged very many minutes last year, so I think some of the younger guys are stepping up. They're starting to get more comfortable. We're almost done with the first season, so like guys like Frankie Kelly, he's been playing great as of late, and he's really stepping up to be a leader on the court. And all of our younger guys are sophomore guards. They've got more experience under their belts. A lot of guys are stepping up, hitting big shots, and doing stuff that they need to do.
I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, we had a big comfort. Well, I mean, we had a lead, and then we kind of lost the lead, and then we came back and beat Brockport, which was a big win for us. I mean, we had lost a bunch of games in a row, and sometimes teams will pack it in and say, it's just another game. But for you guys to battle back and play like that in a game, I mean, are those the kinds of games that you think get the younger players to mature quicker?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing with that game was, we came out to an early lead. We knew that we needed to break this losing streak. We came out real hot, built up a huge lead at halftime, and then, kind of struggled. We had those, couple minute spans where we didn't really execute on the court, but it really showed that we can, handle adversity, and we battled back, and we, made it a game, and we ended up closing it out at the end, which is what we've been looking to do all season.
And to build on that with Frankie especially, he kind of, coming out of that second half, he kind of struggled with the Brockport switch to a press, and there were some moments where he kind of struggled with that and cost us some points, but at the end of the game he came out and just took over. He was one of the main reasons we won at the end of that game. The last 2 minutes he put his big boy pants on and won the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important for those younger players, as you guys, I mean, being with what's it like to be leaders as juniors?
It's different, a lot of guys, think of the captain as a senior, guys who have been through the ropes. We've not really logged too many minutes, like we said. We're kind of on the same level as some of the guys on the team. So, I mean, it's tough to kind of convey authority, but we've been on the team the longest. It's a big responsibility.
It is. Do you enjoy the responsibility?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's important. I mean, that's half the battle. I mean, when you do get this responsibility, some people just don't want any part of it or whatever. And certainly you guys have taken that on. I mean, are you vocal leaders or?
I feel like we're more. You follow us more, like we show as a lead by example type.
Definitely lead by example more.
But as with anything else, as you grow and mature, you start to learn how to be more of a vocal leader in different situations, and I feel like both of us have done that this semester. Started to grow into our roles more and become better captains in different aspects.
Do you see any of the younger kids? I mean, like in 3 years from now, I mean, do you see a Frankie Kelly being, like the team leader? Or?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of guys who have some leadership qualities, but Frankie being, the on-court leader. He's really controlling the game, and if he can step up and be an off-court leader too, I think that would be huge. Just to have one guy who's kind of running the show.
Right now, do you think that's a lot of pressure for a first-year player to come in and?
Yeah, I feel it is, but I getting to know this kid this past year. I think the world of him. He's really mature for his age, and I think coach is kind of grooming him for that role in the future. He went to captain's meetings with us at the SAC, and he was part of that. And so he's kind of getting around like juniors, seniors who are all captains of their teams and seeing how they think, how they interact, and so I think he's just fine.
Now that's an important program for us, our captain's leadership program. Just talk a little bit about it. I mean, it really is our leaders of our programs trying to learn skills that they can, pass on to their team and try to get them where everybody wants to go. Because I mean, you have to have a cohesive group, or it doesn't work. But important thing that you've learned from captain's leadership. I mean, what have you learned from
just to set a good example for the rest of the team. We all, want to push the athletic department as a whole forward and kind of bring everything to the next level.
Right. And what about for you?
They go over sometimes different situations that we need to be able to handle, and what's the more mature, best way to handle it, and that's growing in life skills. So.
And it's something you can put on your resume. I mean, certainly, the Division III philosophy is, compete hard, play hard, but also, learn hard, learn and grow and mature as adults. Because obviously, once you all leave here, we want you all to be successful people. We know you're successful student athletes, but being successful people after you graduate is very important. So as we get towards the end, latter part of the season, I mean, we still can jump into the SUNY tournament. We still have a bunch of games left. We're playing teams that are just a couple notches ahead of us. I mean, how do you guys want to close out the season? If it doesn't get there, how would you like to finish?
I think the biggest thing right now is that, through all the adversity we faced this season, everyone's staying real positive. Everyone's coming to practice every day, working just as hard as if, we were undefeated.
Right.
Everyone's really putting forth that extra effort, and obviously we'd hope to close out these last 6 games and, get into the tournament. But at the end of the day, everyone's just looking to get better themselves, come together as a team, and, make things better for next season.
Right.
Yeah. And it's piggyback on him to get better and use these 6 or 7 games as a learning tool. And hey, if we win a couple of them, maybe we get hot. We're just, as I said before, we're just a few steps away from winning those close games.
Right.
Just like the Giants did this year and they did 4 years ago. Maybe they get hot at the end of the season.
Right.
Take a push. So.
Right. I mean, it really is. I mean, it doesn't take much for a team to just come together. I mean, especially on the men's side of the SUNY. I mean, we've seen the number 8 team win the SUNY tournament. We've seen the number 7.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not impossible, and certainly you guys work hard enough for that to happen. If we can get in, all you have to do is get in, right? I mean, that's what they say.
Whoever's playing their best basketball in February.
Well, we certainly hope that you guys can get in, and then we take our shot, and who knows? I mean, because if the top seed is Oswego, we certainly have played them tough the last 2 or 3 years, and they're certainly one of the top teams in our region. So. I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, we want to thank you for coming by. We wish you good luck and good health for the rest of the year, and certainly, maybe we'll get you guys back as seniors and talk about what the experience was like as your senior leaders. So thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Mr. Hassard.
All right, well, thank you. All right, I'd like to thank all my guests tonight, Dan and Samantha and Madison and Cameron, for coming by and telling us about their experience here as a student athlete at Oneonta State. And we'd like to remind you that you can always get all the latest news and scores on our website at www.oneontaathletics.com, and certainly become a fan of our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Inside Red Dragon Sports.